Shalawam, Hebrew brothers and sisters, and welcome to Holistic Radio. My name is Nivea, and here we go over holistic health, herbs, their benefits, and even how to grow certain ones. Today, though, we will be talking about bugleweed, also known as ajuga. Ajuga is native to Europe, Northern Africa, South and Western Asia, but can also be found in Australia, New Zealand, and South America. Bugleweed is in the Lamiaceae family, also known as the mint family, and grows in zones 3 through 9. These are the hardiness zones that we will be talking about in the future episodes. Many herbs have many names, as we can see, but some of bugleweeds are green wolf's foot, gypsy weed, gypsy wort, sweet bugle, water bugle, and ajuga, and some others. Most used is ajuga and bugleweed though. Now, bugleweed doesn't have a long list of benefits, so here are some that I've found and already know about. Ajuga deals with the nervous and respiratory systems. It regulates sleep patterns and balances hormones and helps with aches and pains. Before, it was only used to treat coughs and used as a sedative. Now it's mainly used for treating hyperthyroidism. I might be butchering that. But this is when the heart-shaped thyroid gland doesn't make enough thyroid hormones to assist the body the way it needs it to. Bugleweed doesn't have many side effects either, but you should always try a little when testing or intaking any herb or new thing, and waiting a little bit of time afterwards, maybe a couple hours or so, to see how it affects you and your body. But ajuga side effects are maybe an allergic reaction or an anaphylactic shock. I might be butchering that one too. But this is when your blood pressure drops very suddenly and your airways thin out, causing you to not be able to breathe. But that's very rare. Ajuga can look very similar to the herb lavender, but lavender is more of a bush type when grown or seen in the wild. And the flowers grow very high up, around 20 to 24 inches off the ground. Also, lavender stems can be gray or green and has straight-ish leaves that stick up and out. Unlike lavender, bugleweed only gets around 6 to 8 inches off the ground, maybe even a foot, but no higher than that, because it is a ground cover that grows along the ground and not off of it. Bugleweed leaves can be green with a mix of dark purple. They are also wide with pointed tips that fall outwards. The stem will go straight up with its leaves following along in a spiral formation going up with purple flowers blooming towards the mid-top. You can tell the difference in height, color, and the way they both grow. Ajuga is a beautiful ground covering that looks even better after the flowers bloom in the early spring and fall, depending on where you live. It isn't an aggressive herb and can be easily tameable if kept up with. Ajuga can get a little wild in the garden though when left alone. A lot of people use bugleweed as a weed controller since it is invasive and a ground cover. It won't allow the weeds to get any sun and grow. As we can see, bugleweed can be very invasive if you allow it to. But did you know it actually spreads by using vines? The plant has a mother plant or a main source that sends out vines that cover the ground around it, and the plant will shoot up from the vines and then continue on like that. It sounds boring when I say it, but it's really cool to see in person. The vines can even go under the ground instead of staying over top. Now, finally, onto the good part. Actually intaking the plant. So, we know that we should be intaking these herbs 30 minutes before any meal or 1 to 2 hours before bed. If you've never had a specific herb, you should only try/intake a little portion at a time and wait a few hours to see how it affects you and your body. We don't want nobody going into no anaphylactic shock, now do we? No, I didn't think so. I butchered that again, but it's okay. But this herb can be used many ways as well. For example, we got salads with the leaves, we got the teas, we got a nice little casserole, smoothies, soaked in oil, and many more unique ways. One of the best ways to get its benefits are as a tea, and that's just how I like it, honestly. Now, me personally, I've never actually tried Bugleweed, but I do have some and plan on using it for better sleep and balancing hormones. Whew. Alright, we're done. That's all. Let's do a quick little review. Bugleweed has two common names, bugleweed and ajuga. This herb is native to Europe, Northern Africa, and South and Western Asia, but can still be found in other areas. Ajuga is in the mint family and is a perennial and evergreen plant. It has many other names like gypsy wort, green wolf's foot, water bugle, and ajuga as well. Bugleweed doesn't have many benefits or side effects, but some benefits are dealing with hypothyroidism and treating coughs and more. And side effects are allergies and maybe an anaphylactic shock. Still butchering that. We talked about how ajuga looks similar to lavender and how they're different. I even attempted to describe to you what bugleweed looks like in the wild, and of course ways to eat or intake the herb. Bugleweed truly is a beautiful ground cover that has many benefits too, other than being pretty and good to look at, of course. I'd love to have bugleweed in my own garden one day, and I'd love to continue talking about it. But that is all I have for you guys today. Toda for listening to me talk about this week's cool herb and its benefits. This is Nivea from Holistic Radio, and until next time, Shalawam!